Welcome to All Our Parts, where all of it is brought to the table. The messy, the joyful, the mundane, and everything in between. Where we talk about that terrible friendship breakup, where we talk about how we've lost ourselves and how we've come back to ourselves. This is the show that will offer strategy, a laugh, and maybe a cry, but you'll leave feeling like you can make the steps towards being your most authentic self. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to All Our Parts. Welcome to All Our Parts if you're new here. I am your host, Jasmine Proctor, and I hope everybody is having a Brat summer. Yes, today I'm going to be talking about the Brat era from a mental health perspective and maybe a little bit of women's liberation. I have been living for the pop music that has been coming out lately. Chappell Roan, Renee Rapp, Sabrina Carpenter. Charli XCX making a huge comeback in the pop scene right now. It has been so, refreshing. Last summer we had Ethel Cain, Boy Genius, we had Muna, and it was giving a bit of a different vibe. I think this year we're seeing also Kesha, Joyride. Hello, if you haven't listened to it, I want to see Kesha in concert so bad right now. I love the comeback that she's made. I loved the album before where she was dealing with her breakup from Dr. Luke and, just finding her own voice in music. It's been really inspiring to see. But all of that to say, I want to talk about this from a mental health perspective, because what I'm also seeing is the girls, gays, theys, anybody this is resonating with. I'm seeing a shift kind of even in how we're showing up in the media, how we're showing up in our lives as it relates to this very empowering music that's coming out. I'm loving the authenticity that I am seeing in people, the confidence boost even, that we are so Julia. We are who we allow ourselves to be. We are allowed to be our most authentic selves. And so much of the music is, when you listen to the lyrics, the very poppy tunes behind it are, you gotta dance, but Sabrina Carpenter saying, "My Giva Fs are on vacation." There is this connection to the feminine that we're also seeing. This idea that we can attract the life, the people, the things that resonate with us the closest. Chappell Roan even, she just blew up overnight, and her speaking to that at one of her shows, just speaking to the impact, the magnitude has grown and how overwhelming it can be. I love that she's bringing that vulnerability to the stage. She's I am still very much a person. And the fact that she separates herself from her show place to being this is Chappell Roan. And then when I'm not Chappell Roan, this is who I am. I love compartmentalizing that for her, because I could not imagine waking up and having 2 million people and it's probably more, it's definitely more, being interested in what I have to say. That would be so overwhelming. Again, the confidence piece. As someone who I love the sad girl era of pop. Anyone that knows me knows Lana Del Rey raised me. I am me because of her. But her voice was also really stifled, and so a lot of her interviews, you'll see when we talk about pop music, when we talk about music being ahead of its time, it's this idea that the music is just not right for the audience right now. And honestly, with so much in the media, so much in politics trying to stifle women's voices, I love seeing women take back their voice and say, actually, I'm going to be loud and I'm going to be myself. because we don't always get that permission as women. We get permission to be mothers, we get permission to be wives, we get permission to be of service to other people, but we don't always get the permission to be of service to ourselves. We often get permission to be of service to others, and we don't always get the permission to be of service to ourselves. And I know as I say it, it sounds like selfish. Like, no, women, we're the caretakers. We are the lovers. We take care of the people around us, the home, our kids, yada, yada. But yes, all of that can be true. And you also get to be yourself. You also get to take care of yourself and nourish and flourish that feminine energy that is very much within. We are not meant to serve. We are not like second to ourselves. I always say I cannot take care of the people around me unless I am taking the absolute best care of myself. And it still reigns true, because what happens is I grow resentful if I'm not taking care of myself in the way that I'm supposed to. I grow resentful. I grow a little bitter. I become a little jaded. But that's because I'm not giving myself what I need. And pouring from an empty cup will just leave me with an emptier cup and a very big problem that my therapist and I will have to try and figure out and solve if that time were to come, when that time does come. And so I love the fact that the music that's coming out right now is saying, like, no, women are allowed to be confident for the simple fact that they are themselves. They are allowed to have their own identity as individuals. And it has been a minute since we've seen pop music really take that turn to invite, to give permission for women to, have a voice. And on top of that, I am loving seeing how women are showing up for other women during this Brat era, how we are celebrating women's confidence, because, oh my God, women, we can really be our own, worst critics. We can really be the first ones to tear each other down because of internalized misogyny, because of jealousy, because of projections. I mean, think of it, name it, sit with it. We can sometimes be the biggest enemy to other women. And so I am loving, if you've watched Charli XCX's music video 360, it is a group of badass, diverse women sitting around the table deciding who's going to be the next it girl. And there's variation in age, gender identity, sexuality. There's just so much beauty at that table. And they're saying, you're that girl. They pick the waitress who's like just trying to serve them their water, who essentially is like reflected as like a quote unquote nobody. Like, she's very boring in nature. Like, they have her in a typical waitress attire. And they're like, you are the next it girl. And this idea is that being an it girl is not what you have, who you are, your name, the fame. It's about an embodiment of an identity. It is about the embodying of confidence, of being unapologetic in who you are. And they're like, girl, you can do it. Like, we know you can do it. And even in Girl, It's So Confusing, to address the fact that jealousy and projection is a thing that can really dampen female friendships. I listen to it almost every day because I have had that experience where either myself or the other person have sat, in admiration, and then that admiration turns into jealousy, and we're like, I want to be as smart as you, I want to be as pretty as you, I want to be as outgoing as you. And all of those things separate us from building deep connections, deep female friendships, and being able to look at other confident women saying, I love it for you, I want to see you reach the stars. It has taken so much work in my own self-esteem in terms of how I view myself to be in a place where the people that I am surrounded by, the people that I see, the people that I choose to engage with, I want nothing more than for them to win, to succeed. Hell, I want them to be, their own voice, their own light in their lives, and to exceed even their own expectations. And them excelling is no threat to my ability to succeed and excel. And it has taken sitting and looking in the mirror at myself and the moments where I lacked so much confidence, where I had, where I didn't think I was worthy, where I didn't think I was capable or deserving, or that my voice didn't matter. It has been a lot of mindset work. It has been a lot of, really just being honest about why even some of my own friendships failed. I have talked about it numerous times with my own therapist about this idea that I would often befriend people that I really admired and I thought were better than me. Keyword, better than me. And I often treated them as such. I gave them a lot of grace. I often would let go of my own boundaries to appease them because I was like, I want to be around you. I think you're so smart. But it wasn't that I thought they were so smart. I thought they were smarter than me, better than me, prettier than me, you name it. And I just didn't compare. And putting that person on that pedestal in our friendship always left me feeling resentful. It left me feeling empty if I wasn't being prioritized in the same way that I was prioritizing them. And this was so much that was unspoken within the friendship. And there are some opportunities where I've been able to take ownership of that. And there have been other opportunities where the friendship fizzled out because I didn't have the awareness then to be able to speak to that frustration that I was feeling. And I'm so grateful that I am able to look at my friendships now and say, girl, I want you to win. Like, I want nothing more for you to win in whatever way you want to win. There is nothing that my friends can't do. I truly believe that all my friends are so capable. They are so worthy. They are so deserving. And to sit in this space and see that and want that for them without it being threatening to my own capability, to the worry, the scarcity that there won't be any space left for me in whatever this space that might be in. It's taken a lot, but I'm so grateful that I am able to offer that to them and to myself, because it allows me to be creative. It allows me to find my own voice while also lifting theirs up as well. And that's not to say there aren't moments where I am deeply insecure about my own capability, because I am human. It's not every day that I wake up and feel like, yeah, you're going to crush it today, girl. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I am absolutely delusional for thinking that I can achieve this. It makes no sense that I think that I am capable of doing this. And it's a very real feeling, and it's jarring. But I've learned to sit with it and accept it and explore it. Be curious about, why am I feeling like my voice doesn't matter? I'm sitting with, why do I think I'm not deserving or worthy, or what about me do I think, isn't capable? And I sit, and it makes me sad initially when I have that thought, because I hate feeling that way about myself. But being able to push past it and just being able to do the next right thing for myself has allowed me so much space to fail, to succeed, to be wrong, to be right, for all of those things to exist at the same time without it being so high pressure every time. And so I don't know if there's much to say left. I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be recording more consistently. I have some really fun episodes coming up. I am interviewing some really, oh my goodness, some really cool people. Like, I am so excited for these conversations, and I am so excited for this journey to evolve. And really exciting, announcement, close this out. I am now licensed in Washington, D.C., so I am now accepting, new clients. If you think it's a fit, you can check out my website at Unalone Wellness. Otherwise, keep doing you. I hope you're enjoying this summer. It has been hot. So that's okay if you have been lounging, resting in the AC. Do what's best for you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, share. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know, what other people want me to talk about. I'm all for, ideas and making this a super inviting space. So with that, I'll catch you next time.